Is the defensive analysis of legendary AI Wolves. So first thing is, why did I pick Wolves? Well, the legendary AI is pretty tough, but by the time I got up to Chelsea, who has an attack of 80, a midfield of 82, and defense of 81, you can see that it's all in the 80s and they're pretty tough. So I beat Chelsea once, but I never beat them again. So I needed to go down a bit, where you can see here, or actually it's not on the screen, but the attack of the Wolves is in the high 70s. Attack of 77, midfield of 77, and defense of 75. So I dropped down, and I thought that'd be a good idea because Chelsea was a little too much. Even Aston Villa is pretty tough. Newcastle is tough. And I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly, but I call it Leicester. And they have a 77, 74, 73, so they're also playable. Anyway, the Wolves are playable. Let's take a look at some of the plays to illustrate how to defend. I'm going to leave the recorded volume in the background just so you can hear the crowd a little bit. Makes it more fun to hear. And then I'm going to pull this stuff apart. And that's a big long pass there. And that was easy to sort of pick off and head back to my right fullback, Upamecano. That guy is amazing. That is just a great defender. And so now he's got the ball. He passes to Saliba, another phenomenal defender. And Theo is also a great defender. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm sort of just passing back and forth, taking a look at where his defense is, and picking up the open man and see how he reacts. So this is early game. What's he going to do stuff? Now, there's a real bad pass coming up here by Theo. This is important to note. So something like in real Premier League, I think it's 60% of the goals happen in your own half, your own defensive area. So I find by playing better players, Chelsea, even Wolves, you can't make mistakes in your backfield or you're going to just give up a lot of goals. Here's a mistake. I got a little lucky and he did not score. But Theo wants to do a pass here to this guy here. Hopefully you can see my mouse. I'm not sure if you can or not, but hopefully you can. And so what happened is, the mistake here, and this is to Rabiot. Rabiot makes a mistake by letting the ball go, and the defender gets it. But it's really Theo's problem here. You need to pass to guys that don't have someone on their back. That was a mistake, that pass, and it almost ended up with a goal for Wolves. Let's see what happens. So now we got an open guy in the center and two wingers coming down. So essentially it's a 3-on-3 because I got Theo, Saliba, and Upamecano. It's stoppable, but he does some clever stuff here. So the first thing he's doing is attracting two defenders, which is good because once you see a breaking man, you hit the breaking man. This guy, I guess it's Kuna, is not going to run himself, I don't think. At least that's what I'm thinking here. Now he's got Neto wasn't open, but received the ball anyway. But he does have a guy here, pointing to with my pointer there, who is semi-open. And so now this is very bad. This is what you look for. Most of the goals with legendary AI are scored at the 18-yard box line. And he's set up for a nice goal here. Hits a shot and my goalie gets it. So I got lucky and I didn't get burnt. But bad play on my part. Now I got a Left winger wide open. That's a no-brainer. Go to him. And I think, no, that's not Mbappe yet. That's probably Rabiot. So Rabiot is a really good playmaker. And so what I'm learning when I'm playing in seasons is don't go jogging or sprinting with the ball all the time. It's a bad idea, because once the defense is on you, there's nowhere to go. Rather, you want to keep that ball close to your feet. That's the hardest thing I find in FIFA and real soccer. I always want to run and sprint, but the really good guys kind of do these little mini steps. It looks like baby steps. It almost looks a little silly, but boy, when you get that ball close to your feet, you can do anything you want with it and really burn a defender. Yeah, so that's Rabiot. He's got a nice wing move here. Yeah, that's Coman, is super, super fast. Coman, really the idea here is that I'm going to take this guy deep and then I look back on the field and see what I got. Sometimes if you can take the ball all the way deep near the goalie and then pass back in, it's an automatic goal. But in this case, I got two defenders here. I'm probably not going to get around them, so I'm probably going to have to stop and pivot, pass back. So Theo's an excellent guy, even though he's a left fullback. He plays more like a wing back and super, super fast. And most opponents don't know that. And so you can use Theo to your advantage and like run towards the box. Theo passes off. This is Rabiot. And Rabiot, that may be... yeah, I can't read it. So Caraminga has got the ball for second, but he has nothing. Okay, back to defense. So what I'm trying to do here is stay on the ball carrier and try to make him make a mistake. Sometimes, even though you can't get the ball from the ball carrier, if you keep dogging ball carriers, eventually even AI makes a mistake. Now this is Kuna, and he's got the ball in the center again. He passed off a smart pass. This is brutal. So really what happened here was this guy Nouri said, wow, I got 4 defenders here and maybe perhaps a right fullback. I'm not sure. That might be a winger. Not sure. But 4 guys plus 1 all on the right side. I'm overloaded on the right side. So he switches the play. Smart move, and then this is going to be trouble. Ball takes a long time to get to Semedo, but Semedo pulls a beautiful move against Theo and just drives forward. Now we got a problem because Theo's beat. And this is a real problem because now, it almost looks like an offside, but their striker, number 7, is free to just jam it in the net. I get a little lucky here, and I get a good save, but that's a nice switch to play and dish off to your striker. Just pure luck. So, I'm finding, even though this is mostly a defensive critique and a defensive video, what I'm finding is it doesn't pay to always be on a fast break. Rather, it's really helpful to look for your openings and be patient. Now we got Coman and Theo breaking. That's a nice through pass to Theo. That's trouble. Open man Caravinga, and almost a goal. A nice save. Dembele was the name of the player I was thinking of before. Great right winger, scores a lot, brutal shot, very fast. Here I just play conservative, play in, little pass, no open man, nowhere to go. I was able to hit the ball, keep it in, keep it alive. Missed the open man. And that's the end of that drive. Except, so it pays to know which one of your fullbacks are fast. This is Koundé. Koundé is super fast. So oftentimes I'll either have Koundé or Theo actually involved in offensive play. So I just did a little rewind just to show you what I'm doing here. Trying to keep it in. I can't hold on to it. I got to intercept it. And now it's coming to Koundé. And if you look upfield, there are some big open spaces here. So what you want to do is always think ahead, especially defensively. Because if Koundé can get that ball, there's a giant gap. Look at the size of the gap between these three orange guys. I mean, you can drive a truck through there. And I got 3 open players. So if Koundé picks that ball up, any one of these 3 is going to be brutal for Wolves to stop. Koundé does get it. The hole didn't close much. So most likely Koundé will go to Rabiot, center of the field, and he can dish off to Mbappe or Coman. Coman has it. And an okay shot by Theo, but probably should have held on the ball a little longer and waited for a better open man. That's a little too impatient there, and that's why you don't have a great shot. So you can Dembele again on a corner. I think this time he's going to square it. He does. You want to try to keep that ball down in the opponent's area, and that's what happens. Upamecano is just brilliant fullback. So these French team really has a great defense. Caraminga, see, back and forth. You know, it doesn't matter. You don't always have to go forward, and I think that's what a lot of players don't know is if you can't go forward, go backward, but hold on to the ball. Possession is really a big deal. That's a silly pass, and it's a shame because a whole wasted sequence there. Now we're going to get on defense, and now we got a problem. So accidentally rewound there, so to watch Theo miss this shot again. And I'm going to go forward. Yes, we know. Back and forth, back and forth. Dembele picked off. Okay. So, get my glasses here. Just give me a time out. I'm going to get a pair of glasses. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. So here's a problem sequence here for defense. And the 2 wingers are both more or less covered, and the center striker has 2 defenders against him. So it doesn't look too bad at this point. Left wing manages to open up, and so if he doesn't run, he's going to be looking for this guy here or this guy here to make a run. So what you want to think is, don't think defensively like, oh, I got to stop the ball carrier. You want to harass the ball carrier, but you mainly, while you're covering this guy with Koundé, this guy Chan, what you really need to be doing is keep your eyes focused here, and that's a real key, is you want to look for the next man in. The guy with the ball, you handle as if, you know, you're hitting a stride or not running very hard. But you watch these guys like a hawk. So as you can see, Chan did exactly what we don't want, and Koundé made a mistake and went after the ball. Big mistake. Because instead of him being back and waiting for this new guy, Nouri, to run through, now he's behind Nouri, and now you got 2 guys open, Chan and Nouri. That was a real bad play. Now the left wing is, you got 2 guys, opponents in your left wing open, and you can see Upamecano is running back. That's a good thing. So these guys are still open. Upamecano has to make a decision here. So bad move to take Upamecano and go after Nori, because if you do, then you have Chan wide open and nobody can get him. And so if he stays on sides, makes a run, and Nori hits him, that's a goal. So really what you want to do is try never to bring in your center fullbacks. Like, they are the last guys you touch. So if Upamecano goes after the ball, big mistake. So he stayed back. That's the right thing to do, and he's playing the second man in. The nice thing is when a opponent has the ball, he moves slower. So it gives Koundé a chance to catch up, and he does. So never count, a defender out. They usually can come back, especially when the guys got the ball. Now, Koundé, I think, got a piece of that ball. I'm not sure, but I think he did. And then that's a problem. So Chan now beat Upamecano. Once legendary AI has the ball around the 18, it's lights out. Unless Pavard can come in and get in the way of this shot somewhere around here, this is a real problem. That's a pretty good shot. He's going for right area, but that shot looks to be wide. I don't think he's going to hit it, but many guys do hit it and score from there easily. And that turned out to be a good save. Either way, whether it was in or out, you had to save the ball. You can hear me in the background working on my taxes. It's obviously April in this video. Another mistake, giving the ball away to Neto. Big mistake. He's got two defenders on him, but this is really bad. He's got a lot of net open here. And thank God Theo gets a foot on the ball, otherwise that was an easy goal. Now on the counter, if you can get your players to run, like you see Coman's ready to take off, you want to be looking downfield. If you're France, you want to either start running with Koundé and look for an open man, or take Koundé and go all the way. He may give it to Theo.
No, I thought you were going to talk about your class. It was the last.
So he does. He gives it to Theo. Now sometimes it's great just to take your ball carrier and get a lot of green. Just start making progress and let your other players catch up. It's a good pass to Coman. Not really being harassed here, waiting for guys to break. A nice soft forward pass.
Good job, man.
Dembele, Koundé, back to Tchouaméni, Rabiot. Theo's got a lot of room. There's a lot of space open. This should, it looks like you could get a goal here. Dembele needs to be careful because there's two guys on him, so he should be holding on to the ball. Instead, he's kicking. And that was a big mistake. That's just a lack of patience. That's just poor play. And that's not a great shot either, or a great pass either. Long distance can really burn a team, but it's a waste of an offensive series because you got two defenders on him. This guy shouldn't get the ball. It's a nice header, but stupid pass. Now you got France with a lot of green again, passing around good. Sometimes you want to just do rapid passes to throw off the defense. Whether it's human or AI, it's confusing for a defense. Dembele takes it deep. Stupid shot. The right thing to do is to hold on to the ball and pass it back. Really dumb shot. Got a corner here. Got a little head on it. Another ridiculously long pass. And this time, Wolves get away with it. And now you got basically 3 defenders, two offensive guys on the right side. It looks like there's not too much open unless you let one of these guys beat you. Gomes did a beautiful thing. He held on to the ball, and you want to draw defenders in. He's got 3 defenders on him, Gomes. And Gomes says, oh, I don't want 3 defenders, and he passes it off to 11. That was a really good move. Now you got a one-on-one. Very dangerous. And you want to get a piece of that ball if you can. Another good save. Wide open Coman on the left. He's got a lot of green. He should be running. He should run. He goes to Mbappe. Still some good moves. You know, keep open men. Keep running around. Keep passing. It's really tough for a defense to stop these guys from passing and running. That was a really good pass. Short pass, nowhere to go. Went back to Caraminga. Caraminga again. Dembele, nowhere to go. Dembele, bad pass. Easy ball to get to.
Last class tonight, right? That's good.
Another run. Theo to Coman. Rabiot back to Theo. Now you got open man. You want to break through that defense if you can. Now you got Dembele. You want to try to do a bump through. In other words, when you grab the ball, you want to hit the ball and run. It's a lot of sloppy play on France's part. That's France's me, obviously. Theo's fast. I know he's fast, and I know he can catch up, and he did. So really easy play. A lot of open green right there for France. France has got a good scoring opportunity and a bad pass. It just doesn't pay to make a low percentage pass. It just doesn't make any sense. It's better to hold on to the ball and look for a better opportunity. Tati to Nori. Bad pass by Legendary AI. A lot of open players. Got Coman. Terrible through pass to Mbappe. And so there was a sequence worth watching. Is here comes, I rewound too much, but hold on a second. There's Coman, shitty pass. Okay, so you got a opponent with a ball and a lot of open green. What does he decide to do? He's going to pass it to the right wing. Now, I know Theo real well, and I know if I push him, he could probably pick this ball off because there's only a few feet between my defender and the guy about to receive the pass. So in this case, although it's dangerous to have him beat you, if you think you can get that ball, try to get a foot on that ball. And so that's what Theo does right here. And what he does is actually it's an air pass, so he's going to try to get a head on the ball. And he gets just enough ahead on the ball to hit Coman, and then we're back on the offense again. Theo's breaking, so you want to give him the ball. Mbappe, Dembele again picked off. So see what we got here. Got 3 defenders back. Chan passes to this guy here. It's probably nowhere for him to go, so this is not too dangerous yet. So now I got 4 defenders around him. What's really kind of neat about this is that you can switch real quickly between defenders and start to create lines of a kind of a wall of defense around a guy. So if you see there's a gap here and you think one of these guys can receive the ball and run through that gap, you can quickly switch between Upamecano and this guy. It's not Kunde, it's probably Tchouaméni, and run him back here to stuff that gap. In this case, it was smart. What AI did is they had nowhere to go. So regroup, start again, Tati, Kuma. Now there's some opportunities here. In a way, you got a 3-on-1 because Kunde's busy with this guy. And so these guys are going to break and try to outrun Upamecano. Nice attack. So you can see here, I'm keeping the defenders close and harassing the ball. You always want to try to harass the ball carrier when you can, unless you're in danger of getting beat. You especially want to harass with first forwards or midfielders or right or left wing. Don't harass with the middle fullbacks. Bad mistake. So that worked out for me. Theo got enough of the ball to get a pass off to Tchouaméni, and now we got another offensive sequence. Nice passing on France's part. It's a shame, I don't really have the ball carrying skills I need. I think Mbappe could have easily beat that defender there. Instead, he got the ball picked off. Okay, so you got 4 guys back and 3 guys attacking with the ball coming up to left wing, or this guy here, whoever he is. So what you want to do is keep a wall against these 3 guys, but keep it tight. Try to keep as little space as possible here, and then play a high line. So that's the most critical thing in defending. Is I use a 95 high line, very, very high, and then I'm constantly hitting the up D-pad, which is offside trap. So you keep this line tight, and you want him to make a mistake and trap him. So that was really the best move. I had my 4 men ready to defend these guys. So Nori says, I'll take it myself. That's fine. I don't care about Nori because Kunde can outrun him, especially since Nori has the ball with his feet. Although that's a nice knock forward. It's called a knock on. Nice defense by Theo. And so that was the key there, is if Upamecano is not in the way of that shot, then that's a goal right there. And that was intentional. What you want to do, and this is another really important thing defensively, is know where your goalie is and then see where the shot is. So what I figured here was, if this guy takes a shot, the goalie's got him blocked on the short side, on the near side. So Upamecano has to get in the way of a far side shot, which he exactly does, and that is a pretty good defensive play. So Kuna fouls number 8. Now, since this is about defense, I'm going to just fast forward. We're going to leave the offensive commentary out, but here we go on the defense again. This legendary AI, when it's the Wolves, loves these long passes. Kuna to the left winger. I don't think it's a real smart pass myself. He's covered by 2 guys. He's got nowhere to go, at least in the short run. In the long run, he might have somebody down this wing, but he has his hands full trying to receive this pass. Easy pickoff by Upamecano. Now, this is a counter. So this is what you want, is when you pick that ball off, you want to go downfield to an open guy as quick as possible. And you want to go downfield, as far downfield as quick as possible, and not allow his defense to get set. did not pick up the ball, and now Wolves are on the attack again. Rabiot, easy pickoff. Rabiot did the right thing there. He wants to get set first before he passes. It was really smart. He says, hey, I got Coman all the way downfield. All I have to do is toy with the ball a little bit and wait for the defender to get out of line, which he did. And now Coman's open, and he's got a lot of green to run. So what you want to do, I know this is a defensive critique, but I love talking about soccer principles. And when you have green, you take green, unless you have a wide open guy who's in better shape than you are. Right now, it's hard for Coman to get back to Mbappe, so you might as well pick up as many yards as you can. And the whole time you're going down that left wing, you want to watch Mbappe. So this is something that has made me a better player. I don't watch when I have the ball. I don't watch the ball. I don't watch the guy with the ball. I watch the guy that's nearest the ball or has the best chance of scoring. So, and you try it now when you're looking at this, and pretend like you're controlling Coman. Don't look at Coman. Let him run, let him run, let him run. Now you can see, oh, there's a gap here. If Coman were to immediately stop right here, he can nail Mbappe, and Mbappe's got a lot of green. Coman doesn't, but at that moment, but he did here. Mbappe is still hittable, and he does a really good job of passing and giving him a slight lead. Now, if Mbappe were to do a knock-on here, so this knock-on business is really a big deal, and there's an excellent exercise you can do on FC25 that you could practice knock-ons. But basically, this defender is going to come up and try to stop Mbappe unless he doesn't take the time to receive the pass. Instead, he knocks it forward and runs through the gap. That's what should happen here. I'm not sure what actually does happen. We'll see in a minute. But a knock-on would score a goal. And he doesn't. But second best thing, he's got Dembele wide open. So look at the size of this gap here. When you have a gap that close to the 18, you might as well just pass through it. Two defenders around Mbappe, so it probably was a good move here. He could have knocked on, but he pulled the ball back, which is the second best thing. Dembele's wide open, and this should be an easy score. Dembele wide open. He has all kinds of choices here for a shot. There's no defenders around him. He either goes to the left or the right. It looks like the right is a little bit more open. Let's see what Dembele does. And he takes the shot, and he goes for the left. He could do either. Right in, easy goal. And so that's what you always want to look for, is a guy that's open around the 18 or a guy that can break through the 18 and hit him while he's running. Nice and open. Dembele, no defender. I don't know what AI is thinking defensively. Terrible play by AI, and we punish the Wolves in that sequence. Another stupid long pass. They're really not working. I don't know why he keeps doing them. Nouré's got some room to run. A nice move, nowhere to go. Just stupid play.
Everything's good. Nothing's bad.
Goalie easily
Great job.
grabs that. And now you got Coman, the speedster again. So what all that was about is Coman has got the speed. When he passes to Rabiot, he never really intends for Rabiot to run. It's just a give and go. And I think give and go is the most fundamental, important thing you can do in soccer, whether you happen to have the ball on the defensive side or the offensive side. Give and go is deadly. So now Coman's got space to run. You got another situation with the possibility of Mbappe being open. This is, in real life, you play Mbappe like you were part of his jersey. This guy's given him too much room, and this guy's too far back. So not a great defensive structure on the Wolves' part. I should be able to hit either Mbappe if I draw Coman in and around this defender, or the easier is just to go to Theo, which I do. I go to Theo. Now there's lots of options. option number one is to hit Mbappe for a give and go. So Mbappe's is going to be very tough for him to receive the pass and run, but to give him a quick hit and then pass it back to Rabiot on the run, or even Caraminga, would be a really nice move on Theo's part. So that's option number one. Option number two is you can give it to Rabiot. That's the second best thing you can do. And Rabiot can then start making up green and then look for the open man. And then thirdly, you can try to run it in yourself. Theo can run it himself and then try to hit Caraminga. Let's see what he does. He goes to easy pass to Theo. By the time he passes to Theo, all the guys are covered. So now what to do? You can try a quick bump pass, give and go again to Mbappe because he draws a crowd. Or maybe you give it back to Theo and Theo runs around. Let's see what happens. It looks like, to me, Caraminga is going to make a move back out here to the 18. Rabiot's waiting. That's a smart move. Still waiting. Now you see the arm up by Theo. He's ready to run. Rabiot should be looking at him. Nowhere to go. So Theo's not relevant anymore because by the time you hit him, he's going to be behind the defender. So what you might think about is get a little give and go off of Mbappe. Let's see what happens. Another good move by Rabiot. Rabiot, instead of, since Mbappe's being covered pretty closely, Rabiot holds on to the ball and then he hits this man breaking, I believe. Or that's what he was going to do. Couldn't do it. Defender too close. Start again. So this is a good sequence on France's part because it's stupid passes that lose a game. And there's a lot of waiting here, and that's smart. That's a dumb play again with Dembele. And that's dumb. So when Legendary AI stops doing these long, stupid passes and holds on to the ball, they get pretty tough. They got open man on the right wing. Theo's beat. And essentially, you have Gomes giving it to three offensive players that aren't covered very well. That's a good opening drive for Wolves. A nice through pass. So when you have that much green, that's where you want the ball to be, and let your man run under it. It was a really good play by AI. I believe this is my big guy, my big center fullback. So be careful how far you take him on the wing. I wouldn't cover that ball carrier real close because if you got a guy running through, there's nobody to pick that guy up that's running through. Really smart play. Dumb play on my part. I took my center back and took him way out. And that was a huge mistake. I'm counting on Theo being able to get back. But you can see you got two offensive players here. This looks potentially deadly. 1-2, very quick. 12 is kind of, sort of open. Now, the best thing for him to do is not take the shot here because the goalie's got near side covered. Kuna should really step on the ball, move it backwards, and shoot for the far side. I don't think he does here. He moves forward. I don't think it was a great move. Easy to take the ball with Saliba. Saliba's the guy that I made the mistake with. He does recover in the center, and now I got the ball back. So really, a lot of what happened in that sequence is just anticipate what he's going to do with the ball. So the whole time I'm thinking about where is he passing to. I'm not thinking too much about the ball carrier. Where, if I were Neto, where would I pass? And so 11's covered, and there's a guy in the way. Rabiot's in the way of this pass. So Neto's got some problems here. He's just nowhere to go. I don't think he really has a very good shot either. He does get a guy in the center. Now this is a little deadly and could have been a score. So what 11 does, should have done, is pass back to this guy here with the blonde hair, and he didn't, and he got it picked off. So I got a little lucky, but a good player wouldn't have held on to that ball, because you can not only hit the guy with the blonde hair, but he can then chew up some green, and if he's covered, pass off to this guy on the left wing. So I'm very lucky to get that ball back. Saliba, easy pass. And now you want to be looking downfield with Koundé, and that's exactly what happened. So that's good. Koundé Dembele is really a good combination. Wherever you can do your right fullback to your right winger, that's a killer, because now generally there's only one guy in the way. Nori wins the ball back. I'm only going to go to halftime because I think you can see some of the principles. Basically, the rule of thumb here on defense is make the ball carrier pay, try to get a piece of him or the ball. Always harass the ball carrier when you can if you're not risking pulling an essential center fullback. This pass from Koundé to Dembele should end up in a goal, because you not only have Dembele wide open here, he may be able to run down into the box and get a shot off, but if the defender catches him, you got Mbappe to scoop back to. Dembele running, slows down, it was really smart. No stupid moves, nice clean passes. Not a great shot. You almost have the halftime here. And we'll stop this recording at halftime. But big mistake there, so let's go back and look at that. So how did that mistake happen defensively? So the first thing is, you can do this. You can take Mbappe and put him between three guys, but that usually doesn't pay very well. I usually try to anticipate where that goal kick is going to go. And usually it's the short guy, the guy closest to the goalie. And so Mbappe, is way off the ball carrier and should be hassling him. Now the ball carrier has an easier chance to get his pass off. So that's mistake number one. He's got a nice open field pass now with three guys open. Defense has to recover pretty quickly. Mbappe's basically probably out of it right now. And so Coman is overcommitted. This guy is hinting right, and Coman's coming to his other side, the side he's not going to. So that's mistake number two. Wide open to the right wing, and now all you got is Theo. In real life, and FC25, Theo should not take a chance here and try to get the ball. He should play off the ball carrier. There's too much to lose. And I believe I made a mistake and ran after the ball. Bad play. All right, didn't run after the ball, but still, Theo's out in left field here. It just doesn't make any sense to be way out there. I got a phone call I have to answer here, so I'm going to stop the video there and talk to you next time. Bye-bye.